Okay, we're live. Hello, hello, hi. Tulio, estamos al aire. Something like that. Oh yeah, my phone is dying. Okay. Hello, hi. How it's going? Hello. It is Yakanus Eterna, and we are here since last Thursday. No, last Friday. Yeah. I don't know what I was doing this weekend. I don't have any memories of that. I suppose I think I wanted to stream one of those days, but I was I don't know. I guess I was trying to draw some thingies, but I got burned out extremely fast, and I ended up slacking in bed. But hey, we're back, and I have drank my coffee, so we are ready to play. 1 second. There we go. Antiparallel, where were we? Antiparallel part 2. Oh. Green symbolizes life and also limitless possibilities. Nourishing greenery. Ooh. Wait, give me a second. Oh, yes, it has the Helen tag. Nice. And another thingy. Another piece of good news. Alba before. Yay. Yay. I don't know what to say. I got her. I got before, yeah, like half an hour before stream. So that's it. And sadly, before is not one of the dupes that increases her DPS. So something sad, bad sad. No, not so bad, not so sad. It's one dupe closer to B6, and B6 is not only increases her own damage, it also increases Rose damage and OTS 14 and so on and such and everything. Where were we? Let's play. Green symbolizes life and also limitless possibilities. My ADHD is ticking and I haven't actually started. Wife! Welcome, Commander. Please allow me to formally introduce myself. I am the representative of the doll community, Ulrid. On behalf of the entire community, we welcome your arrival. Thank you for your accommodation. It's truly an honor. I'll do everything in my power to be of practical help. Please let me know right away if anything inconveniences you. Hey, Helen! The voting process must have been quite intense. The majority of the dolls are not acquainted with the commander. Even with your guarantees, getting them to put their trust in a human must have been challenging to say the least. Indeed. But the result is in front of us. If we voted for acceptance and recognition, then that is the will of the entire doll community. I like her ponytail. It is a ponytail? Yeah. Because it flows like from the head to the tail. I'm doing like an essay, like a whoop. Like the tail of an Uma. And where's the young lady who needs radiation sheltering the most? She will definitely get you trouble if the whole crew suddenly showed up. So it's just me, the commander, and Miss Helen, here today to take a look. Blue thing, blue creature. Little choripan. Too many people will only get in the way, since the first step is simply figuring out what to do. That's what the commander said. Out of the Elmo's radiation shielding system was damaged, we got some emergency purification reagents in storage. Mailing prefers remaining on board the Elmo to oversee the repair work. Now that I'm here, the purification reagents will be enough for Mailing alone. She's hoping to get the Elmo back in working order ASAP. As for me, I'll be assisting the doll community. Tough, of course. I'll have her come over for breaks. We'll probably have to borrow Basilde for the same reason. Her presence should significantly speed up the repair process. So, as far as I know, with my Premonition X, well, not Premonition X, it should be Premonition A+, because it's like 4 months in front. Around 4 months? Yes, it's less than Arknights. But it's not Premonition X like Fate. So it should be Premonition A-. With my Premonition A-, I remember that I saw that Papasha was actually in one of the stories, one of the story events. I don't know what story event. So Papasha is supposed to be on the Elmo since like a freaking year ago, but she never appeared in the story. So in the main story. So I don't know what happened. What actually happened? We probably have to borrow Matilde for the same reason. Her presence should significantly speed up the repair process. Additionally, Grossa will take over my position, maintaining order on board the Elmo, which currently is a chaotic mess. I suppose I really do rely on her a little too much. It's alright. It's out of Matilda's own volition as well. We respect her choice. Well then, would you mind taking us around to familiarize yourself with the surroundings? I prefer having a proper understanding of the situation before deciding what to do. Please follow me. And she locks you into her room. Ulrich nods and formally leads us into the thermal power plant. Frankly speaking, although I heard plenty about this place from members of the doll community such as Suomi, Litera, and even Ulrich herself, it's only after coming here myself that I realize it's far beyond what I imagined. The scale of this thermal power plant is truly remarkable. After confirming it with my own eyes, I finally understand why the doll community only calls it a semi-permanent base. This place will still have enough room for the entire doll community, even if its members increase tenfold. Holy hell. So, are you saying that it's the perfect place for a micronation? Is this entire place under your control? No. We only settle a very small portion that we have confirmed to be safe. Most sectors are still packed with autonomous defense mechanisms and other unknown hazards beyond that, making the utilization difficult. For that reason, please stay close behind me. It will be quite troublesome if you accidentally wander into a dangerous sector and trigger an alarm. Okay. If you want to hold hands or lock arms, I don't mind. I can stay with you all the way there. While I find it unlikely that Ulrich is lying to me, I instinctively sense that this is not the whole story. It probably has to do with the overall attitude of the doll community as well. Although the three of us have been nominally welcomed and accepted, Ulrich still felt it necessary to put a restriction on what we have access to, even within the doll community's territory. Some members are likely still wary of our presence and are unwilling to let us roam around certain sensitive areas. We have arrived. The room is very basic, but the necessary protection and shielding are already in place. If you need anything else, please let me know. Oh, I can clearly tell it's recently clean our room, but at least it has everything it should. Oh, you would want that. Are we staying in the same room as the commander? Of course not. I want to keep my hips not shattered. Not yet. You two can stay with the community members. As for me, staying by myself, it's more convenient for potential arrangements. What a pity. Calling this an attempt at surveillance might be a little overblown, but at least I have yet to notice any devices capable of such functionalities. However, quite a few pairs of prying eyes have already gathered around. They probably just don't know how to treat me yet. Alas, I haven't done anything against my conscience, nor do I have any bad intentions, so I might as well act naturally. I walked into the room and began examining the items inside. What is this? I noticed quite a number of objects that are clearly not essential sitting on my desk. Trinkets whose purpose I can't even begin to speculate. They are gifts. Those in the community who fought alongside you heard you were coming and asked me to leave them here. Consider this their greeting. Seeing the small trinkets in my hand, Ulrich smiles. Those who still have doubts about your presence exist, but there are also those who once followed your command. You left them a lasting impression. This is their way of expressing goodwill. Such a cutie. Look at her smile. I see. Please thank them for me. I pick up a small plush doll, place it on my bed. Next to it is a gun. I'm not startled by its presence, as I can tell it's a replica model. These two are quite well made. Who brought them? I'm not sure either. I had everyone leave their gifts in one place. I'll ask them later. It's fine. Since they didn't go out of their way to leave their names, I won't chase after them either. I placed the doll and the model aside. A doll and a model and a replica of a gun. Anything else scheduled? Anything else scheduled? If you're not feeling tired, I'd like to invite you to our virtual training room. Everyone hopes that you, specifically, can teach them some lessons in a combat simulation. Virtual training room? You even have facilities like that. Don't underestimate the doll community, Commander. While you might consider this place a godforsaken hellhole between the yellow zone and the red zone, it is through the thermal plant's resources and everyone's combined effort that we have managed to turn it into our home. My apologies then. This is like the Crusader Kings game when you have been growing your country empire, whatever, and suddenly you see the most broken mercenary run into your court and say, "Hey, I can help," and you instantly marry them. And like, please. My apologies then. What you have done is truly remarkable. You flatter us. Alright, let's start with that then. Hopefully it will help everyone get acquainted and make our future cooperations easier. Column de muerte, how are you? Yippee! I finally get to see the Command Dominate combat simulations again. With that said, not all of our companions in the doll community are professional titles. There are many that are civilian dolls who only had fire control cores installed after joining the community. Oh, well, I can handle them too. They aren't particularly taught mentally either. They are nothing like the elites under your command, so I hope you won't mind. Seeing the water on Ulrich's face, I can't help but grin and shake my head. Don't worry, Ulrich. First name basis. Call it strange if you will, but the truth is, this is actually what I'm best at. Woohoo! Woohoo! Shall we? Where is she? There it is. There she is. Gambarelotta. Litter is not built at all. Neither Litter nor Matilde. Okay, let's see. Alba before an action. So, Ulrich can jump. Or she can go from here to here and whatever. And then I don't know if she can reach. Hold the defense point for 3 turns. I can do that. I think I can do that. First. Let's crash. There we go. Lotta. Can she reach this one? Yeah. Dinner gate attack. Can we read? Well, I think she can. That one over there is the problem. Ooh, damn. Well, let's see. Nice. It's just puzzle. It's just one shotting every unit. So, it's not a trouble at all. It's just a question of how can I delete everyone. Okay, Alba cannot reach that one, that last one, so bam. Nice. Nope. Anyways. End action. She can reach the last one. Fred! And there we go. The combat training comes to an end rather quickly. While the simulation itself is impressive, the dolls are clearly lacking professional tactics. A few simple simulated engagements are all it takes for me to compile enough points for them to digest for the coming days. Taking advantage of their post-training recap session, I get myself some breathing room and start looking around the doll community. I had my expectations, but the situation here really doesn't look reassuring. It's not just a matter of effort. We'll have to put a lot of resources into this to get this place back in order. A lot of hay. The dilapidated scene I'm bearing witness to is certainly cause for concern. There's no way around that. Indeed, it doesn't look good. I chewed it off, trying to find gentler words to put it, but in the end, I give up. Maybe it's because living conditions are not a big deal given the members here are all dolls, so they haven't paid much attention to it. And the environment here is peculiar to begin with, which isn't helping. Without proper long-term management, it's only natural that it's crumbling into its current state. But something still bugs me. What is it? For dolls with a life from day-to-day mentality, and lacking proper and standardized resource management or planning, they are certainly hoarding a suspicious amount of materials. Right, I've noticed that they are still stockpiling crops as well when we checked the warehouses earlier. That's exactly what I felt was off. If these dolls don't even care about their own living conditions, why would they go out of their way to collect something that they don't even need? We are the first outsiders to have come here and established contact, so those shouldn't be for trading either. I just noticed that the Helen's shirt is cut here. Like hell. The Helens are out there against the plate without any cover. And those crops look nearly harvested as well. As far as I know, they've never had any material or intellectual exchanges with the outside world. A lot of the machinery and equipment they got aren't something these dolls are capable of producing or even operating on their own. Not even Miss Basilde. That combat simulation system we used earlier is a good example. Now that you mention it, yeah, that is strange. I'm used to that kind of equipment, but thinking about it, it's definitely far from cheap or common. Not even money can guarantee getting you one most of the time. Even with Miss Lithra, there are limits to what she can and can accomplish. Most dolls also have very limited construction-related knowledge. So what you're saying is... I instinctively lower my voice. Even if it's just said in passing, I know better than to say certain things out loud. I suspect there's more to the doll community than we have been told. There's probably some hidden party behind the scenes providing support for them to build such a well-equipped safe haven. And maybe it's just me, but I can't shake the feeling that something is watching us. Is that serious? Blue creature, please let blue woman talk. I mean, if there really is some hidden party behind these things, then why will Miss Ulrich come to us for help? And besides, she did help us. That's an undeniable fact. Kovner has a good point. The bottom line is, I still trust Ulrich. Maybe she's hiding something, but she's not intending to harm us with it. I know. Since we have doubts, I think we should just ask Ulrich directly. We came here to help the community, after all. If we start being suspicious of each other instead, then that defeats the whole purpose. Just as we are talking, Ulrich appears in front of me, likely having finished what she was dealing with. Our presence has clearly added to her workload, seeing how she's been constantly going back and forth between the community and us. Sorry, something happened in the repair room. I just finished handling it. Is the combat training already over? Yeah, we ran a few simulations, and the rest were pretty good. They're still reviewing the recordings, so we came out for a walk. Actually, there are some things we'd like to ask you. What is it? Let's not beat around the bush. Ulrich, where did the crops in the warehouse come from? They look newly harvested and not some stockpile. Since we are the first outsider you have been in contact with, they shouldn't be from trade, right? Ah, you mean that? Come with me. It's easier to show than explain. She gestures for us to follow. We exchange glances, then do as she asks. Ulrich leads us through the corridors of the doll community. Along the way, the hum emanating from deep within the thermal plant grows louder, like a drum inside someone's chest. After crossing two secured blast doors, the cold white light suddenly turns warm, and a damp, earthy scent exudes through the doorway. Eh? This smell is... The moment the door fully opens, greenery takes up our entire view, as if it's grown straight out of the concrete. A whole freaking greenhouse. Rows of searing racks and soil beds are laid out in perfectly organized patterns. Overhead, irrigation arms repurpose from all rails. Release a fine mist as droplets fall along steel beams. Meanwhile, sensors line the edge of their beds, their indicator lights blinking rhythmically. Heat recycling ducts breeze overhead, maintaining a steady pulse of temperature and humidity. Small automated agricultural drones gently rustle the leaves as they move purposefully along preset paths. I stand at the door, stunned for a whole second or two as I take this all in. A farm inside a thermal plant? Strictly speaking, an experimental farm. It's been part of the plant's auxiliary system for a long time. We're just doing whatever we can to keep it running. And by that, I really mean following maintenance procedures and fertilizing the soil on schedule. None of us is an agricultural expert after all. As you can see, only a small portion of the farm is actually in use, since we don't need food to begin with. What you saw in the warehouse came from here. This entire system is highly automated. The equipment is in civilian grade, and the control algorithm doesn't look like it came from the doll community either. But everything is running just fine. I crouch down and pinch a bit of soil. The texture tells me this isn't some ordinary dirt dug out of the ground. It's been treated with additives for water retention and aeration. I look up again. The tomatoes ahead have glossy leaves and neat flower clusters. Farther off, the sweet potatoes are planted with precise spacing, with ridges forming evenly beneath the mulch. And all of this is within but a tenth of the farm. That drum inside my chest starts pounding faster and faster. Basic goods in the Yellowstone have long had astronomical price tags, with fresh food in particular being the #1 offender. Beyond transportation issues, the fundamental reason is that most of the land in the Yellowstone is contaminated, making self-sufficient farming impossible. Meanwhile, procuring from the Grand Zone is expensive, and after layers of screening, very little actually makes it to the residents. If the doll community can produce all this by themselves, they could easily trade for many of the resources they currently lack and build a much stronger internal cycle. And thinking beyond that, if everything goes well, establishing supply lines, improving the resource flow in contamination zones, and helping more residents are all within the realm of possibility. Ulrich, you might not have realized it yet, but this is undoubtedly your goldmine. No, it's more than that. This is a significant fortune for the entire doll community. Sounds like the doll community is about to get rich. It's more than just getting rich. This will buy you time, leverage, and a voice in the world. We need to put this to its full potential, starting today. I stand up, trying to keep my excitement under control. Honestly, I didn't expect you to think so highly of this place. If you are willing to be responsible for coordinating with the outside world, then let's happily take charge of managing manpower allocation and organization. That's exactly why I'm here. I let you deal with what you're familiar with, and you let me handle what I'm good at. The rest, we'll leave it to this greenery itself. That will make establishing a proper firewall for the whole community a priority then. The loss would be tremendous if this farm location gets compromised. Where's the central server, Ulrid? I was brought along for that exact purpose, wasn't it? Of course. I pay no attention to their conversation. My eyes stay fixated on the patch of blooming life in the... Data information changed. Return to ops room. Main screen. Not yet. Antiparallel. Give me 1 or 2 minutes. I'm gonna go to the bathroom and come back quickly. So, yeah. Hi! We're back. Story, continue. Wait, 1.2. There. Memories pour in like a cold wave. Frigid summons. What a desolate blossom. Promises determination. Schrodinger's trust. Flourishing greenery. Frigid summons and discordant notes. Ooh. Memories pour in like a cold wave. Standing in the middle of the experimental farm, covered in dirt, I look at the lush greenery surrounding me, and a sense of accomplishment rises all of a sudden. Not so long ago, this place was mostly an abandoned field. Now, with my planning and everyone's effort, every square meter has been turned into a fertile farm. Shigegan likes them fertile. I was wondering where we'd get all the seedlings from. Turns out there were so many stored in the warehouses. If they have already been prepared, why didn't you plant this earlier? There were projects to develop the farm much earlier, but since the plan was never finalized, they have been put on hold. You stuck about seedlings before you even finished planning? I never expected Missouri to be so disorganized. If you knew, Coldplay. Poor girl. Well, as long as the result turns out great, right? And don't forget, without Ulrich's help in mobilizing the community, there's no way the few of us could have handled a farm this big. Besides, I wiped the sweat off my forehead before crouching down to check the thriving seedlings. These crops are growing phenomenally. They have been here probably a week since the last node. I examined the soil and plant conditions carefully. While we can compete with premium Greenstone's products, they are definitely top-notch quality for Yellowstone black markets. You really think so? Of course. I've dealt with plenty of brokers before. They will sell like crazy at any Yellowstone trade posts. Especially these tomatoes and sweet potatoes. They look fantastic. I stand up and brush the dirt off my hands. Once they mature, I'll take care of finding buyers. We can then exchange the earnings for the resources we need. There's a lot of infrastructure in need of remodeling. We can just think about the present. Oh, so we are getting into the underground trading business now? I already thought of a title for you. The Elmo's Tomato Emperor. Tomato Emperor is fine, but not Elmo. We're trying to be conspicuous, colorfully, so don't announce everyone that we are the Elmo's most wanted. Well, you wanted status might draw unwanted attention. It may also serve as a token of credibility. I've heard many brokers put more trust in one of their own. Even though you can produce a lot of things of your own, the outside world still has a wider variety of goods. It's much more efficient to obtain things like medical supplies, high-precision parts, and seasonings through trade. If you're really willing to take care of that, then that's wonderful news for us. Then we'll start with what's already in the production cycle. The planting phase is almost done. Next comes the construction of more infrastructure and a central distribution system. It's not time to rest yet. And Helen, thanks for lending a hand, but you should really focus on the server side of things after this. Got it. I'll try to get in touch with a few reliable acquaintances as soon as possible. Like Poludnitsa Onesama. That way we can begin moving the crops into the market the moment they are harvested. I leave that to you then, Commander. We'll linger around for a bit longer, wrapping up some details on export cooperation, then leave the farm. Right after we leave, the agricultural machine that had been dormant in the experimental farm suddenly activates on its own. As the camera slowly pans around, its red indicator light blinks at steady intervals, giving off an ominous look. Inside the central control room, Phaetusa leans lazily against the console, yet her eyes shine with excitement. Wow! That conversation was so fascinating! She hops off the console. This commander really is amazing! His planning is incredibly precise, almost perfectly aligning with my own calculations. It's just enough to make full use of all the seedlings we repaired. And more importantly, he somehow convinced all the adults in the community to work on this. It will be a huge hassle for our agricultural machines. We're the only things working on a farm of that scale. Not only that, he's even helping the adult community establish trade deals. A human like him is exactly what I have been searching for. Please calm down. You're wetting the place. She excitedly operates the screen, pulling up the footage recorded by the agricultural machine from earlier. An exemplary perfect human, just as I envisioned. If only I could talk to him face to face. That way I could get the adult community to connect with the outside world without exposing too many secrets. What do you mean? And through trade, we can even contribute to rewarding human civilization. What? What? Her voice grows ever more cheerful, to the point she can't help but dance and spin in place. Wonderful! This is the future I almost dreamed of. Humans and dolls coexisting in harmony, building a better tomorrow together. Enough. As if on cue, that cold and sharp voice cuts through her fantasy once again without warning. Oh no, the music changed. Eh? Nixie? Got to daydreaming. Is your latest hobby fantasizing that human is some kind of savior figure? Have you forgotten how humans spit sweet poison out of their mouths? But you saw how he acts yourself. That person really is kind. Kind? Huh. Do you need me to introduce you to this thing called acting? Humans are best at disguising their intentions. They'll use whatever gentle words they need before reaching the real goal. Don't tell me you can tell. He's clearly interested in the bait you set up. Yet he still acts as if he doesn't care. Who knows what he's plotting? Here you go again. Always like this, full of prejudice against humans. Prejudice? No, I call this experience. They are all like this, clad in innocence, but full of malice. Today they call it cooperation. Tomorrow they turn this farm into the chain to shackle you. Do you really plan on trusting him? He's helping us establish trade with the outside world. That's critical for the community's survival. The community can only grow and thrive if we can obtain materials and components through trade. And maybe even take in more dolls. I believe in him. At the very least, he did bring hope to the doll community. Believe? What, you think you're some kind of saint? Stuff hope into every human's chest until turned into a good person. How naive can you be? See, you got nothing to say. Because you know I'm right. Alright. I admit I have been some unpleasant experiences in the past. But that doesn't mean all humans are like that. Besides, it's time for frame maintenance. Let's deal with that first. We can talk about the rest later. You go ahead. Leave me alone in the server for a while. This again? Every time you're upset, you shoot yourself off like this and won't talk to me. Acting like this won't solve anything. We should communicate properly. I said, leave me alone. Fine. I'll go get the frame checked. Come find me when you have sorted things out. The virtual space falls silent with only the steady flow of data remaining. But that tranquility only lasts for a moment before. Finally gone. A shadowy figure materializes in the virtual space. On the face that belongs to Phaetusa emerges an unfamiliar expression of unprecedented disgust and anger. Contribute to rebuilding a human civilization, coexisting in harmony. That naive idiot is still daydreaming about such nonsense. And if this guy is really who I think he is. She waves her hand, changing the surrounding environment and pulling up a hidden tab. Encrypted folders appear one by one, all part of her secretly stored records. Elmo. Griffin Commander. She is looking up keywords and it doesn't take long for her to find what she's after. Found it. Let's see. The first file is a compared record. Griffin Operation Record 2847, area code S09. Oh, these are memories from back then. Objective: eliminate Sangvis outpost. Result: complete success. All hostiles eliminated. All eliminated. Still feeling incredulous, she follows up with more records, each one driving the cold nail deeper into her mind. No, it can't be the same person. Fear crawls like needles under every layer of her consciousness, only to be shadowed by an even stronger sense of hatred. 10 years. After being gone for 10 whole years. Damn it, didn't the news say he died? Damn humans. Nothing but lies. Not even their deaths are genuine. This guy. There's no mistaking. It's him. The commander who played us like fiddles despite commanding a bunch of Griffin trash. Back then, she had yet to be merged with White, and had yet to evolve the consciousness she now possesses. Oh, so she wasn't even a ringleader. Yet those terrifying memories have already been engraved deep into her. This guy, he's best at exploiting adults' trust. Even though it makes no logical or scientific sense, those Griffin trash under his command were somehow stronger than any units from other sectors. So that's how it is. No wonder he gained the doll community's trust so easily. It's all manipulation. You were just... That was just a skill issue. Mastermind. Oh, it said Elisa in the JP. Damn. It said the name. You are still crying for your deadbeat mom, dad, creator, whatever. Oh. Her voice turns hoarse, words squeezed through clenched teeth. This human destroyed this so-called commander, destroyed Sangvis for a murder Elisa-sama. And now the same person wants to use the same manipulations to bend the community to his will. The virtual space trembles with anger, data streams spiraling into chaos. I won't let him get his way. At the same time, another realization dawns on her, one that fills her with fear. If this nemesis, this demon of her kind, discovers her identity as a Sangvis doll, he would never let a remnant escape alive. Oh, if you saw Crowley! She forces herself to calm down and begins making preparations. If you saw every other single Sangvis Ferri doll. There's no time left. I have to initiate the plan ahead of schedule. So the meme about this Sangvis Ferri veteran still fights the war 12 years after it ended was too accurate. She's still mourning for Elisa. She pulls off a folder hidden even deeper into the data stream, filled with complex code, the mineral systems, frame control transfer protocols, and makeshift Sangvis neural backups. Oh, parapluie? Since that idiot trusts her commander so much, then I let her see for herself what the humans she worships is really like. She stares at the trap she's plotting, muttering to herself as if it's the only way to steady her shuddering mind. In her mind, that person's face appears once again, and unmistakably, Phaetusa feels what's racing from the depths of her mind. The venom known as fear. You have lost it, girl. The war already ended, and Griffin didn't win. Discordant note, sinister notes loom within the harmonious melody. Before anyone realizes, her temporary stay at the doll community has quickly turned into more than just that. During this period, Melian also drops by for a rest a few times, but then she quickly returns to the Elmo. Even though the conditions here have been bad, the Elmo remains her real home. Until it's fully repaired, she won't feel at ease, not even for a single day. As for me, I have gradually gotten the hang of managing the doll community with Ulrich's help. Not that I mean to disparage her, but I only realized how chaotic the situation here was once I actually got involved in it. Some dolls still don't fully trust me, but I don't think that's the main issue. Dorklets. I frowned at the plans shown on the screen, feeling blood rush into my head. Thinking about it, 10 years ago, I had just graduated from military academy and began working as a commander in a PMC. Over the past decade, I have been nothing but a bounty hunter while at the Illusion. At no point in life thus far have I been asked to handle something like this. Still, I am fortunate to have many companions supporting me and helping me along the way. Let's deal with the basic supply issues first. As for construction and future development, we need to manage the personnel beforehand. Commander. That's not Ulrich, boys. There's something wrong in those eyes. While muttering to myself and organizing my thoughts, Ulrich suddenly barges in with a greeting. I look up at her and nod in response, not bothering to comment on her skipping the knock. Ever since I started pushing for reforms to the doll community, all of us have been drowning in a never-ending to-do list of tasks. Naturally, skipping small courtesies like that become understandable. Good afternoon. Anything I can help you with? I'm looking for Miss Helen. Helen? At the server, she's probably in the server room. Considering the doll community will inevitably interact with the outside world in the future, a solid firewall is still necessary for security, even though we don't plan to openly broadcast our coordinates. Of course, the best case scenario will be getting Dandelion to handle this, but considering her style, it will just make the already suspicious dolls even more wary. So, among the rest of the personnel present, Helen is the most qualified for the job. Even after getting her answer, Ulrich doesn't leave. She simply stands there, quietly watching me. Ulrich? It takes me a solid 10 seconds to notice her strange behavior, and I can't help but feel puzzled. Is there something else? Only then do I realize there's something off with her. Her reaction to my question is almost sluggish, taking a long while before stepping closer. Commander, were you also frequently tasked with this kind of work by God Griffin? The question is so out of nowhere that my already overloaded brain doesn't process it right away. I guess not. Frankly speaking, I didn't even work at Griffin for that long. And most of what I did was just fighting against Sangvis Ferri. I barely had to worry about logistics. Oh, don't mention Kalina! Her eyelashes tremble slightly, then settle into an unnatural stillness. Is something bothering you, Ulrich? No need to hold back. If you need my help, just tell me about it. Ulrich looks down, her head tilting slightly to the side. Sangvis Ferri. Will the doll community become the next Sangvis Ferri? Sangvis Ferri? Her tone is flat, but the rhythm feels off, like a malfunctioning metronome dragging its pause just a little too long. Have you been parapluid? That's impossible. I shake my head, though a trace of doubt lingers. Why is too little people suddenly concerned about Sangvis Ferri? Since we are en route to establish connections with the outside world, I've started wondering how people from outside will perceive us. Sangvis Ferri was an independent doll organization as well, wasn't it? Oh, you know nothing! You actually know nothing! As if realizing the absurdity of the question herself, Ulrich deliberately includes an explanation. Sangvis Ferri issue was more than the fact that they were independent. Well, I didn't know much at first, he said. Looking back, there were a lot of things going on in the background. Besides, Sangvis Ferri being hostile towards humanity is an indisputable fact. Regardless of their motive, they did cause harm to humans without authorization. The doll community will not walk down the same path. That's what we are trying to prevent, isn't it? As far as I know, Sangvis Ferri once trusted humanity too, but it still ended up the way it did. How can you be so certain that the doll community will not turn out the same? First of all, you're not a hive mind. Second of all, most of you are dolls without a common origin. It's more like a common ending place than a common start. So, unless you all get hijacked, oh, that's what's happening. Yep. I look at Ulrich. Because compared to Sangvis dolls, humans are far too complex a being to understand. I give Ulrich a brief explanation of Sangvis for its formation, including its creator, Licorice. I have never met Liko myself, but from the times Persica brought him up, I could picture what kind of person he was. He cared deeply for his creations, but before he had the chance to guide them into the right path, he was caught in the schemes of other humans with ill intent. Most Sangvis dolls had no understanding of why they rebelled. They simply followed the leader, Mastermind, whose hatred stemmed purely from what happened to Laiko. Although it is easy to say that in hindsight, but there were many ways to prevent what came later. While it might be too late for Sangvis Ferri, everything has only just begun for the doll community. I still have no idea why Ulrich suddenly cares so much about Sangvis Ferri. My only guess is that she is relating Sangvis Ferri's fate to the doll community current situation. So all I can do is reassure her and explain the fundamental difference between the two. So all of those Sangvis dolls, did they just deserve to die? This time her voice is slightly distorted, as if being tugged by some emotion. But then she quickly smooths it over. I mean, is that the only conclusion history allows? Not all of them died. Well, at least most not by my hand. Some of them joined Griffin, you know. I take a deep breath. Her questions are like a probe, stabbing deeper and deeper into my thoughts. I'm now certain that something is indeed wrong with her, but I can't pinpoint what exactly. Ulrich. I straighten up, looking at her with a distant expression. Those Sangvis... Hey, the blue creature is back. Joe interrupted whatever was going to happen. Just as the tense atmosphere between us is about to reach boiling point, Gordon's voice suddenly douses a bucket of cold water over it. Something's wrong with the training room. Can you come and take a look if you are... Eh? Miss Ulrich? Ulrich doesn't look at Kolfle. At the same time, she finally pulls her gaze away from me and walks past her without a word. Commander? Did something happen? Why does it feel like Miss Ulrich is upset? I shake my head. I don't know, Wizard. The community central server, located in the most heavily guarded area of the community. Despite how lax the community can be at times, there is still a basic level of attention paid to the protection of such a critical facility. If only the same level of care could be put into the server's architecture. Helen stands before the server, fully immersed in the ocean of data. Unclear as to why, she feels like the data stream today is unusually chaotic and unstable. And just as she's about to investigate those chaotic anomalies, a sharp pain tears through her mind as if her neural cloud itself is being ripped apart. This is a neural attack! What a despicable move! Still not as despicable as you, Griffin trash! Don't bother resisting. You have already fallen into my trap. Griffin, huh? I'm sorry, but since you are aware of that, then you should also know that we Griffin dolls never learn to give up. Yeah, Helen, show her! Poof. One here and probably one. Well, withstand the enemy offensive, achieve victory, eliminate the last enemy within one turn. I don't. Oh no! Literally nothing, right? Oh, damn, that's bad. Oh, oh no. Oh no. Can I? Nope, I can't. I cannot. Damn. Well, I'll hit it too far. This. Can I hit this one there? Okay. Wait, no. Yeah. There. And there. Already here. Already here. Wait, no. Already here. Bam. Nice. Enemy attack for 4 turns. For what? There we go. As malicious codes surge forth like a rising tide, Helen's neural cloud is also pushed to its limit. This attack pattern doesn't feel like the doll community is doing. It's dated, archaic even. Ooh. Ooh. She called Phaetusa a hug. Well, Sweeper a hug. And they clearly understand how to counter my EW signature. No, how to counter Griffin's signature. She can feel her firewall being breached, layer by layer, but at the same time, she continues to analyze the attacker's patterns. an odd sense of familiarity, as if I have encountered this somewhere before. Combined with the mention of my Griffin's origins. Could it be? Don't bother analyzing my attacks. You Griffin lapdogs, what can you even do besides wagging your tail for humans? Helen finally sees the attacker within the neural cloud network. A black figure radiating intense malice. Who are you? Why are you doing this? Why attack the doll community? Attack? Ha! I'm saving them! Saving them from being deceived by human lapdogs like you. This isn't going anywhere. I can keep this up. Even if I can hold the line for now, it's all pointless if I can track down the attacker's real identity. I won't be able to uncover the truth if I disconnect now. And if this foe manages to take over the doll community, the commander will be in danger. Thus, she makes a risky decision. Finally decided to give up? A smart choice. The moment she drops her fireball, Helen feels a crude yet vicious program being forcibly injected into her system. Spreading like a cancer, the program rapidly and efficiently takes over her body. Parapluie. What? And as for herself, her consciousness, to be exact, its impression within the server forces her to watch from a third-person perspective as her own face turns cold and resolute. This outcome isn't surprising to her. In fact, it's even expected given the lengths the adversary is going to go in order to inject her with a virus. Rather, what confuses Helen is the fact that the attacker doesn't intend to harm her forcer. Strange, isn't it? You must be wondering why they didn't just delete you, or outright cause your neural cloud to melt down. That did come as a bit of surprise. Are you perhaps showing mercy? Don't be ridiculous, you piece of Griffin trash. I just want you to watch with your own eyes as I get rid of your dear commander. Now, time to play in your part. That was robotic as hell. I'm back. As I finish my lunch and prepare to start the afternoon's work, Helen walks in wearing her unusual gentle smile. Helen, you're back! What took you so long today? There were some issues with the server. It's been resolved. As expected for in-house expert, looks like the server architecture is coming about smoothly. You'd better not underestimate me. Even back at Griffin, I was considered top of the class. The commander grabs his gun, their gun. Yeah, I remember. That's great. That means tonight we can... Eh? What is it, Golfne? You didn't call her Choripan. That's not the real Helen. Helen stares at Golfne with a gentle expression, while the latter blinks with her head tilted, looking all puzzled. Weird. I think I just saw your eyes flicker. Helen lowers her gaze, then mimics Golfne's head tilt, smiling faintly. Probably because I've been connected to the server for too long and got a little tired. Don't worry, a little rest is all I need. Well, go get some rest then. Understood, Commander. I watch as Helen leaves, my brow tightening. Is it just me? Or is something really off about her? And not just her, even Golfne has mentioned several times that many in the doll community has been acting different lately. Once I become aware of this, my attention finally shifted away from the task at hand, and I begin to investigate the source of the anomaly. Good morning. I greet a member of the doll community passing by. I met her before, a lively girl usually tasked with bringing me meals. She also took part in the combat simulations, so I have quite an impression of her. Good morning, Your Excellency. What? What do you mean by Your Excellency? Since when we are role-playing? She stops and gives a perfectly formal bow. Agent? Your Excellency? How may I be of service? Nothing. Keep on with what you are doing. As you command. She bows again, then leaves with unnaturally precise steps. This is definitely not normal. And cases like this have been cropping up even more frequently. Today's agricultural tasks have been completed. Please issue further instructions. Understood. Proceeding to the designated area. Report complete. Awaiting further orders. The Dorkless have been lobotomized. No. Colonel, have you noticed? Everyone in the Dol community has been acting really strange. Colonel puts her hands on her hips, clearly upset. I told you already, Commander, something's definitely wrong with everyone. Yep, for someone as meticulous and intrigued as the Commander, they took a long time to notice this. That girl who always chats with me told me today that I wouldn't dare disturb His Excellency's rest. And the one who loves tinkering with machines not even talks like a robot herself. I mean, we are robots. Were they weren't like this before? What do you think is causing this? I don't know, but it's definitely not normal. And Colonel hesitates for a moment. Even healing is behaving weirdly. So you notice as well. Commander, I'm starting to feel scared. At this rate, will I be the next? This is a horror movie. Even if I turn out fine, will everyone stay like this? Who right now in Telmo can handle electronic warfare? Probably the one more suited would be 404, of course, as always. Alban Boy Mastina, since they are deafite, they don't handle the Griffin protocols. So they are, well, Doris probably. Kluka has not been Griffin from a long time ago. Alban Boy Mastina. Who else? Monsoon? I don't know. The Zucchero Cafe doesn't have much power in electronic warfare. That always bugged me. I gently pat Kolfness' head to reassure her. Don't worry, it hasn't come to that. Let me go talk to Helen. Maybe it's not as bad as we think. Come on, Commander. Come on, Commander. When I find Helen, she's in her room organizing data. She doesn't look that different from usual, but a doubt in my mind lingers. Helen, can we talk? Of course, Commander. What is it? Have you noticed anything unusual about the doll community members the past couple days? Unusual? In what way? Colton has been going on about it since yesterday. You haven't noticed anything? Are you really inquiring about what's happening with someone that you know is suspicious of being infected? Come on, man. You're better than this. Helen smiles with a near flawless expression. I think Courtney might just be a little oversensitive. I personally haven't noticed anything. Indeed, everything seems normal. It wasn't Courtney's imagination. Although I wasn't sure back then, now I'm almost certain. If both Courtney and I have noticed that something's up, is it really possible that Helen hasn't? Man. I look at her, recalling her recent behavior, and any lingering doubt has all but vanished. Alright, if you say so, then maybe it really is nothing. Rather than chasing shadows, you should focus on your work. Everyone at Griffin is waiting for you. Yeah, of course. I nod and then turn and head for the exit. I can feel Helen's gaze on my back. Her eyes are fixated on me until she's certain that I have left the room. Helen, what the hell happened? If even she's been compromised, then that explains what's happening to in the entire doll community. Technology capable of mass controlling dolls on this scale. Could it be? A long forgotten name surfaces in my mind. Discordant note. So there should be something that ties the names of the stages. Desolate Blossom, Promised Determination, Shortinger Trust, Flourishing Greenery, Frigid Summons, Discordant Note, Pursuing Calamity. Please flee with all your might when everything familiar becomes dangerous and alien. An uneasy atmosphere shrouds the thermal plant, seeps into my skin and flows through my veins. Of course, I'm not about to sit idly and wait for doom to come. My own alarm bell has been sounding, pushing me to prepare in advance. I go on dial Grossa. The comm connects us last, and I can't help but feel relieved seeing her familiar face. So, what you're saying is everyone in the doll community has been acting uncharacteristically recently. Grossa frowns slightly on the screen. Yes, the way they speak, respond, and even act, it's all different from before. If there is one thing in common, I think that they have all become dull and lifeless, as if they have been stripped of their individuality. It reminds me of those marionette dolls we encountered before. Marionette dolls. I've talked with Miss Rosalind about the maintenance procedures. Even though the thermal plant is short on resources, they have made keeping their doll frames in good condition a priority. After all, the community's manpower is the basis for all its productivity. It's their numbers one resource, so to speak. They'd rather have fewer active dolls than compromise on frame performance. Thus, resources are allocated to prioritize repairs. I have reviewed their maintenance metrics. This type of malfunction shouldn't be possible in the first place. Much less be happening on this scale, right? Oh, Rosalind and Basilda. Nothing out of the ordinary. And the problem lies within the thermal plant. Just to be safe, keep a close eye on them. And send someone, please. Send someone. Grossa hesitates for a moment. Commander, is there anyone around you that you can still trust? Only my little cell phone. Over the past few days, maybe Ulrid. I recall that awkward conversation with Ulrid and how she returned to her normal self afterwards. As for everyone else, Colvin and Helen have both become strange. Even Colvin has been infected. No. Hold on. Is that the commander? Let me have a few words with him. Commander, can you hear me? What's going on? Do you need me to come pick you up? Not yet, Kluge, but I do need your help. Honestly, at this point, only your squad is capable of what I'm about to ask. Enough with the flattery. What do you need to get done? Given the spreading anomaly within the community, I need a quick response team on standby, ready to enter the thermal plant at a moment's notice to neutralize any potential threat. Meanwhile, another team will remain behind and guard the Elmo and ensure the repair continues. The MCV is too important for us to let it get damaged further. Naturally, the guard duty will fall to Grossa and Alba's team, making you the only candidate for the quick response team's leader, Kulukai. No problem. Hide 404 is always ready. I'll get you on an emergency frequency shortly. Follow all instructions issued there. Understood. After ending the call, I sit back down and let out a lightly sigh, exhaling some of the tension and unease that's been building up in me over the past few days. The steadfast and reassuring voices of my dolls linger in my ears. I steady myself and then pick up the communicator and patch into another channel. The call goes through and all that appears on the screen. Hey, Commander. What's the matter? About the trade route thing we discussed earlier, I got some new ideas. If everyone around has been affected. Oh, let's hear about it. Words flow from my mouth, yet my mind is racing in another direction. Aldred knows everyone more than I do. If anything happened to the community, she couldn't be the last one to notice, nor would she be greeting me with a full smile as if nothing's wrong. Yeah, I see your approach is definitely less risky. But I think some of the details are hard to explain over comms. How about we meet in person? Where would you like to meet up? The atrium? I'll bring Litter along. Is 2 hours later good for you? I'll finish what I'm working on and meet you there. On the screen, Holly checks her terminal, as if genuinely trying to find time in her schedule for our meeting. Works for me. See you then. The call ends. The screen goes dark, reflecting my thanks expression. I have less than 2 hours left. My fingers glide across the screen, entering a series of commands into the emergency frequency. With my other hand, I grab my gear and put it on. Finally, I retrieve a compact handgun from the drawer, load the magazine, and hear the solid thunk of the slide as around is chambered. Alas, at the same time, I hear the door open behind me. Oof. This is the dream for some. Where are you going, Commander? Where are you going, Commander? Helen stands at the doorway, blocking the light behind her. Her voice sounds upbeat, but her expression is obscure in shadow. My chest tightens slightly. Give me a second. My chest tightens slightly. I'm back. I got a meeting with Ulrid. I'm heading out now. I find my composure and walk toward the door, stepping in front of her. She's still smiling, but there's no warmth behind that smile. Mind letting me through? Helen watches me with those cold, smirking eyes for a moment, then steps aside. I have braced myself for any possibilities now. Looks like my earlier estimation of the timeline has been too optimistic. By the way, Helen, while I'm meeting with Ulrich, could you and Colton prepare some combat simulation training for the dolls? I have the materials ready. They are in the drawer by the bed. No problem, but... Helen's voice brushes against my ears as I walk past her, but as I step out of the room, I'm met with a different pair of eyes. A doll stands in the direction I'm heading, blocking the hallway. Her face is completely expressionless. No, wife is possessed. Ulrich? Our meeting is supposed to be in 2 hours. No. The emptiness in her eyes steals my breath. Realizing whoever's behind all this is fully ready to drop the act, I immediately turn around and sprint in the opposite direction. Where are you going, Commander? I glance back and see Helen and Ulrich already in pursuit. There's no way for a human to outpace dolls, I know that very well, which is why I need to make use of the terrain and elevations. Right here, Commander! Papam. I knock over some cabins along the corridor, trying to create obstacles for my pursuers. Soon, I hear the sound of metal sheets being cut open behind me. This won't work. I topple another cabinet by the corner and route into a different hallway with glass windows. Getting down from this height shouldn't be a problem, especially when I have a rope descender. Alright. No time to think things through. I must act now. I shove open the rusted window and activate the device secured to my waist. A hook shoots out, latching onto the window frame and automatically tightening the rope. Just as I climb out of the window, I spot the obstacle I had created crumble under the storm of blinding flashes. A right as Ulrich emerges from the dust and debris. I hold onto the rope and sink down 2 floors, using my legs to crash through the window. I hit the ground rolling, glass shards crunching beneath me. The glass unavoidably cuts up my face, but there is no time to worry about that. I get up and rush towards the emergency exit. Just as I reach out for the doorknob, I stop, realizing the door is already open with a crack. And through it, a dark muzzle is pointed straight at my forehead. That's some quick reflexes. For a human. The door opens and Helen walks out. Each step carries an unfamiliar pressure that forces me backward. Cannot run at all after all. So, who exactly are you? Where's the real Helen, the real Ulrich, and the others? Humans don't get to ask questions, especially you. Helen's pupils contracted slightly, her smile tingled with restrained fury. Have we met before? You seem to really hate me. Hate doesn't even begin to cover it. Because of you, No. We lost what's most important to us. You will always be our enemy. I don't understand. If you could explain. Doesn't matter if you don't understand. With Ulrich's blade pressed against my back and Helen's closing in, countless thoughts flashed through my head. They don't seem intent on killing me, but rather just capturing me. Considering the disparity in our strength, faking a surrender now is the best course of action. But will my capture be used as a trap to lure in my dolls? Just as Helen is about to restrain me, bullets whistle through the air. She instinctively shuffles back to evade, but the shockwave still makes her stumble. Dushimnaya! Commander, hold on to me! Don't even think about it! Nui-chan. Nui-chan saving today. Hold on tight, Commander. I'm going to step on the gas. Let's use the ship. Pop, pop, pop. Evacuate everyone. Oh. Close quarters combat will charge forward, but will also flank. Or eliminate at all enemy units. Okay. Arctic Benediction. Yeah, I don't have enough dupes in the ship to pull that through. Oh, Helen's over there. Hello, Helen. Here. There we go. Hello, Helen. Goodbye, Helen. Boop. Nice. So, Ulrid can reach here. 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 And whoops. Wait, where is this thingy? Only the teleporter will immediately be teleported to other location. Oh. Okay. Sure. Wait, can I do this? Oh, okay, you can reach down there with your with the explosion, for sure. Do Shab Naya goes here. No! Is this a will it enhance it? Okay, I see. Active. Ha! Ulrid versus Ulrid. Boom. Let the better Ulrid win. Fuck, just in the middle. Yep. Maybe here. So there is one left. Well, let's get that thing out of the way. And bam. Following Helen's command, more and more dolls from the community gather around and surround us, with many of them being familiar faces. Like puppets on strings, they slowly advance under Helen's orders with their hollow eyes. Neither Dushab Naya nor I can get through to them. Even Lota! Miranda, Sina, and Lota, what happened to you? They have become controlled to Shimnaya. Even Ulrich and Helen are. Yes, Supreme Leader. And Helen. Is this some kind of wicked curse? I don't know the details, Caesar. Still in the mood to chat with Death knocking at your door. Catching us off guard, Helen suddenly emerges out of nowhere and strikes Dushemnaya with her elbow, knocking her to the ground. Dushemnui! Nui-chan! No! I try to reach for her, only for a shining blade to stop me in my tracks. So close that I can feel its chilling edge against my throat. Don't move, Commander. How are we supposed to have her missing later if I accidentally slice your throat? Commander! The Shemnaya lifts her head with difficulty, yet that act makes Helen, who had been ignoring her, pause her step. Dushemnaya, you're part of the core fighting strength of the dual community, aren't you? I heard from Ulrich that you played quite a role in taking down Lambertia. Can't believe I overlooked such a potential threat. Helen says as she walks towards Dushemnaya. Across her back, streaks of electrical signal flicker and shuffle, disappearing between her shoulder blades. That strange pattern stirs an ominous feeling within me. Combined with what you just said, is she planning to do the same to the Shimnaya? Stay still, human. As if having perceived my realization, Ulrich lifts her blade in warning. But in the very next instant, Helen suddenly freezes as if someone has hit the pause button, before her whole body starts trembling violently. Why now? System rejection! Behind me, Ulrich collapses to her knees, clutching her face in pain. Without a command to follow, the rest of the dolls just stand there blankly. Human. Commander! Helen reaches out both her hands at me. While my instinct prompts me to dodge out of the way, I remain in place, letting her hold onto my shoulders and slowly sink to her knees. Commander! I'm fine. I reassure Dushemnaya, because I can tell this Helen has no intent to harm me. Although her gaze is filled with pain, it has become more resolved and gentle than before. Commander, I don't have much time. I'll keep it short. Almost all of the dolls have been affected by Nixie, including Miss Helen. Oh, it's not Helen. It's not the Don't Hurt Shemnaya backdoor that she planted into herself. Nixie? Who is Nixie? Nixie can quickly adapt to any host. She can exist anywhere in the thermal plant. I'll latch into any machine. Now, the reason everyone looks possessed is because Nixie affected everyone, using makeshift copies of her under a cloud. Helen grips tightens, but I'm too focused on processing her words to feel the pain. What should I do to bring everyone back? Next to the central control room, there is a... Commander, forgive Nixie. Helen collapses again. Black circuit-like patterns right beneath her skin like parasites, flickering and twisting. You betrayed me like this, for a human! Helen's gaze is once again filled with wrath, though traces of clarity remain among the chaos. Commander, go, run! Get out of here, Miss Dushemnaya! Right! Dushemnaya snaps out of her gazing and quickly grabs my hand. Commander, let's take the fortified passage. That shall keep the Revenant at bay. She pulls me up and we rush towards the reinforced emergency corridor. Behind us, Helen encroaches like a broken animatronic. It's clear that she's fighting against the utter unconsciousness inside her body with every step. Commander, get in! Zero! We hurry into the emergency corridor as the Shemnaya hits the gate control. As the blast door lowers, Helen's silhouette gradually vanishes from view, but her voice still slips through the narrowing gap and reaches my ears. I finally meet you, Commander. Chan chan chan. Chan chan chan. How long do I have? Oh, not so long. I don't think I can finish it today though. But it's pop. So let's try this last one, Highland Land. Perhaps the truth is hidden in a place where nobody will ever find it. Let's finish this today and then I have things to do. Sorry. The blast door cuts Helen and the others off from us, but also prevents me from pursuing my original investigation. For now, all I can do is we are spared for the time being. But Helen, a Supreme Leader, curse it! What shadowy entity is hiding behind it all? You don't have a clue, is there, Dushemnaya? What about Helen? Well, just call her Helen for now. Me? Startled by my sudden question, Dushemnaya starts racking her brains for an answer. I suffered a grievous wound earlier. I have been placed under the Great Healer's care in isolation. Thus, all lies beyond my grasp as well. Great Healer's care. You mean frame maintenance? When did you finish? Just now? I sensed the commotion as soon as I rose from the sacred altar. The first thing I saw upon my arrival was the Supreme Leader seeking to do you harm. Her brows drop at those words. I do believe that Helen, Supreme Leader, was acting uncanny, as if evil spirits claimed their soul. By the look of it, the Shemnaya doesn't know more than I do. In such a case, there's no point in dwelling on what exactly was the cause of it all. Instead, we should follow through on the clues that Helen just gave us. So, based on what Helen just said, they have been possessed, or more appropriately, infected by some kind of virus. Do you have any idea what Nixie and the Central Control Room entail? Nixie? Central Control Room? Her eyes suddenly widened as if remembering something. I don't know what a Nixie is, but I've heard a Supreme Leader and the Great Sage speak of this Central Control Room, though I never asked them to elaborate. I just happened to be witness to them emerging from some unknown sector of the thermal plant. Unknown sector? Where? You really wish to go, Commander? Supreme Leader once pronounced that area as extremely perilous and barred us from accessing it. What if the secrets of hell are waiting for us there? I doubt it's something truly dangerous. Order would never allow unchecked danger to exist in the community's proximity. Even if Ulrich overlooked it, at least I wouldn't. Which means she might be into no one as well. If it's so... Yeah, that place is slightly hiding something Ulrich doesn't want you to know. And it could very well be the source of all this. So, Dushemnaya, will you take me there? Dushemnaya's hesitates for a moment, then nods. Yes, I understand now. Sacred treasures are destined to see the light of day. Let us unveil the truth as one, Commander. I let out a quiet sigh behind her. I wonder if it will actually be a sacred treasure. Or a fatal weapon. Fatal weapon is... Eliminate all enemies. Let's go, Dushemnaya! Marionette repair will provide shield to allies. 12 enemy units. Let's see if Alba can hit here. Yes, she can. It doesn't work here. Oh, it's really close. Well, this works. The best thing with Alva is that I have a double AoE at the first turn. And so I don't have to think most of what I do. I just hit him with a good old double tap. Double ice. And it's all done. Oh, Rido, I can get there. Can I? Hey. And the Shemnaya is... there's no one there. Okay. So to here, and there's going to spawn 2 on the back. So ew. Nope. The screen with Dusha. Boom, nice. And skip. And boom. There we go. Highland Land. Well, I don't know how long are these going to be, but it shouldn't be that long. Well, that's probably if it's too short, then maybe next stream I can read like Phaetusa's. What was them called? What were them called? The neural logs. Yeah, so let's leave this here, and maybe tomorrow I can stream. I don't know. Or I may stream this, or I even play Enfield, the update. I don't know. Whatever it happens. But yeah, that's it for today. Thank you for coming. Thank you for watching. I hope you had a great time, and I hope you come back next time. I already forgot my own greetings. That's it. I have been again Eterna. And that's it for today. Goodbye. Yay.